Welcome to Vlogtober day 25. I have just come out of my PT session. We did a new block today and it was really hard on the old arms. Yeah, new upper body program, and my arms feel like they're gonna fall off. You know when you do a bad upper body workout and you're like, how am I gonna wash my hair with this? How am I gonna brush my hair with this? It's that sort of situation, but that means it must have worked. We started it with some quite tricky pull-ups because the squat rack where we usually do pull-ups, and you can put like a rubber band there to like help me a little bit around my knees, was occupied, so had to do them without a band, and that was so hard. We were doing reverse ones, so like you jump up and then slowly let yourself down, but even so my arms were not ready for that to be my first exercise this morning. So yeah, I think that really killed them off, and then we did all sorts of other new stuff as well. So tired arms. I'm gonna head back now. I'm glad that's kind of done because I feel like that was a big part of my day that I wasn't really looking forward to, and so I'm glad that's over. Also, you guys, last night I finished A Suitable Boy. Hooray! I really enjoyed it. It took me about another hour and a half after I signed off with you guys to finish it. Actually no less, it was probably more like an hour. But it was so good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it wasn't like an absolutely perfect book, but I think for a book like that, that's so long, that's almost 1,500 pages long, to hold your attention, to get you, to like keep you interested, I think that's so hard. It's really an achievement, and I really enjoyed it, and I thought it was good. Because it was so long, it kind of wrapped you in the whole environment of the characters, and you really kind of fell into their world, which I thought was great. It's kind of similar, I think many people have compared it to like War and Peace, which I have not read. It's kind of on the list, although, but yeah, it's got that kind of lengthy storytelling vibe where you really get into it and get immersed in the world, and I thought I did a great job, but I'll talk about it a bit more in my book video. Recommend it highly. Anyway, you guys, I'm gonna head back. Even like, this camera is rested on top of my wheel, but I'm obviously holding it to balance it, and even that is hurting or making my arms shake a little bit, so best get back and get myself together before my arms truly lose all coordination or ability. So we are on our way to our meeting with our architect. I am not really fully ready. I didn't have time to dry my hair or anything, so I'm gonna finish getting ready when we get back, but had to rush out the door, got distracted this morning by various admin computer tasks, but we're stuck in traffic and we're gonna go see our architect. We're kind of just gonna see what the next stage is because our plans have been submitted to planning permission. See if we can actually do them as we want them. We're obviously going to have to wait to hear back about that, but we're just wondering basically what happens next. When do we start deciding on more of the details of the plans, that sort of thing, basically. I haven't updated you since we came out of the architect's office, but all went well, just talking about various bits and bobs really, which I'll show you now. And then we quickly picked up some food. This is the house. I don't know how many of you guys are like familiar with looking at floor plans and stuff, but we kind of tweaked around with various different bits and bobs. We wanted this wall back. I'll try and find the correct plan actually. This one's a little bit closer to what we wanted. I mean, he has one that he wrote on, so I obviously don't have that one with all the updates on it. And this is what this room looks like with this wall back in. So we should have kind of book space on either side of the door, alcoves along this wall, and kind of up and around the window thingies that are going to go looking into the kitchen as well. So I think it should be enough space, especially because we're also going to have some books in our bedroom as well, probably around the bed. So I think a combination of the two should be plenty of space for now anyway. I mean, if not, I'll figure out something. Probably start putting them in this room as well. But anyway, that's all looking good. We had a little look at the loft space, which I think is going to be really nice. So had a little look at this space. They've obviously created this bedroom, which we had to look at on the VR, and Zach and I kind of want it to feel a little bit more attic-y. So if you can see, we've actually got a lot of space here, but it's obviously restricted head height because it's under the eaves of the roof, and we wouldn't want to do anything there, or we couldn't, I don't think, do anything there to add height. So I think instead of just having kind of like, it's basically like a box kind of on top of the house, I think we kind of just wanted to make it a little bit more attic-y feeling, and also add a final bathroom in, because that would mean that in our configuration every bedroom would have its own bathroom, which is always nice. Obviously, if a future buyer was to convert our wardrobe back into a bedroom, they would, well, they'd either have to come out for the master, but I imagine they'd put in another small bathroom there. There is currently an existing bathroom here, but anyway. So yeah, and I think what we might do is like do an open bathroom, so like have bath kind of here, just where the roof starts to go, and then use a bit more of this like sloping space just to make the room feel a bit bigger and feel more attic-y, feel more part of the house. Has a kind of an old feature of the house, which is the eaves in it, even though it's a new part of the house, which I really like. And then he was talking about doing like a wet room here, so that, you know, for privacy reasons, you can go to the loo, well, a loo and a wet room maybe, where it's still full height. And I think that would be really nice if we could have like an open plan bath basin situation there. So if you can see, there would be the dormer, that's the bit we're adding in there, that's on the back of the house. And we're gonna make this window bigger because we can, so that'll bring in even more light. And this is the office at the back. I haven't really talked to you guys through that, I'll talk to you guys through it now. So, don't know if you remember me saying, but we're gonna have like an office space at the back of the garden. So we're just trying to figure out the best way to do that, to maximise on space, but also not lose too much of the garden, because although of course we'll be using the office more than we will ever use the garden because we live in London, nonetheless I do think just visually it's nice to have a big garden, and I don't want to lose too much of it because we're coming out a tiny bit on the kitchen, not by much to be fair, about the length of the outbuilding that currently already exists. But yeah, to put this in does take up garden. At the same time, it is sort of necessary for us to have it because I don't really want to use any of the bedrooms for filming space. Like, I will inevitably use them when I kind of want a more chilled out house vibe to videos or whatever, but I really did kind of want a proper studio space and a place to put the desk and stuff. Yeah, we had a little look on the VR and it felt quite small. It has to be away from the garden walls because of various maintenance and fire safety issues, which means we can't use the full width of the garden. It's kind of up for debate. We're going to go and take a tape measure to the garden and just see how far it comes out, how far it's going to feel. I mean, it is going to feel like a much smaller garden, I think, once we put it in. That's just inevitable. And like I said, it's kind of a necessary space for us working from home and stuff. I think it would be nice to have it. And it's not like we have a super short garden anyway to begin with. It is a relatively big garden for London, but nonetheless, we're unsure about what depth we're going to make it at the moment. So I think we need to go over to the house and just get the tape measure out. Okay guys, our plans have been slightly thwarted because the place that we were going to go to today is apparently not open. But we thought it was open, but it's not. And it turns out that lots of them aren't open. And also that the wet weather conditions has stopped some of them being open. So it's tricky, it's been tricky. We've had to find a backup, which is the one in Wimbledon. But I am concerned about whether this is I don't think any pumpkins have been growing here. I think it could be a fake pumpkin patch, but we're gonna go anyway because it's better than going to Tesco. For now, we might end up in Tesco, and then we need to get carving. Okay guys, so we decided, we took a left turn, decided to do something else and go to, okay, we have to speak to this man. So we've gone with a different place called, are you excited about this? It's made for kids. The Wimbledon one, judging by the stories that I looked at on Instagram, did look like a lot of pumpkins tossed on the floor. So we've come to Crockford Bridge Farm, where they definitely grow pumpkins here. I don't know that we'll be able to pick them because of the wet weather conditions. What is that noise? Okay, well that's a bit concerning.
What happened to it?
So yeah, apparently there's a pumpkin festival here, so we can pick them off the table. I think there'll be more variety. I think it'll just be a bit of a vibe for us. Well, love, so we are back from our pumpkin trip. I am just sending, sorry, one moment. And I'm just sending off some last emails for the weekend. I'm gonna get changed before I do some pumpkin carving. And that's pretty much it. I'm feeling kind of exhausted, actually. I think I'm getting that kind of end of the week feeling where I'm just feeling tired and ready to curl up with a book, a new book, and relax. I don't know what design to do on my pumpkin, but I think I'm gonna go for something fairly simple because I am not a skilled pumpkin carver, you guys. I am not. Here's Michelle. She's ready to go. I'm gonna start. Wish me luck. Like I said, I'm not the best. Okay guys, after many hours of toil, I actually don't know how long it was, we have finally cleared the inside of our pumpkins. I forgot how long that process was and how beautiful. Obviously me and Indy have fairly big sized ones. Grand reveal. So my camera died just as we were lighting our pumpkins, but I will show them all looking nice and lit up at some point this weekend. I'm gonna have a nice chill, relaxing bath and start a new book, which I'm very excited about. I think I'm gonna use the last of my little black cat bubble bar, the Halloweeny one, and just have a nice chill Friday night. I've got a cup of tea. It's wild over here, guys. Book-wise, I'm gonna read the one I picked for book club because I don't know that I will be very fast on my reading at the moment in the final few days of Vlogtober. So I'm gonna read Mother's Milk by Edward St. Aubyn to make sure that it's read before the end of the month. And also it is a relatively short read. Well, I think everything feels relatively short after reading A Suitable Boy. I'm gonna read that. Yeah, have a bath, which I'm excited about. Ta-da! Looking a bit worse for wear. So I'm coming to you in the cold light of my computer screen. Post-bath, I've just been finishing stuff up with the vlog, just to have a little chat. My bath was lovely. Alas, I'm hating my book. I'm really sorry that those of you guys who have decided to read it along with me this month and are also disliking it. I could go into a full-blown rant, but I feel like I will probably save that for the book video. But it's very just like lazy middle-aged man thinks he's writing something amazing. It's not my cup of tea, really. But I feel like because I said it for book club that I should power through and read it. I think I'm at the stage with my books where I would have just put it down, but I'm just gonna finish reading it. It's not super long, I'm already 100 pages in. It's 270 pages. I'm just gonna finish it. Yeah, I'm kind of hating it, which kind of ruined my bath experience a little bit, to be honest. And it's also sad when you finish like such a big book like A Suitable Boy and a good book, you're kind of looking forward to reading something new and it'd just be so crap. Tomorrow I think we might go on the hunt for some furniture. I don't know if it will be successful, but we really need like a big table to work at and a filing cabinet. Those things are important to us because, as I've said, Zach and I are eventually, probably in November, when Vlogtober has passed and we kind of get a little chunk of our day back, we will probably finish sorting the office. I will probably vlog like a fair bit of that, but it won't be daily vlogging, so yeah, but we will finish off our office space in the house, hopefully. I don't know if that will work, but we need to get rid of carpets, wallpaper I think, and just to make the whole place smell a little bit better. But I thought it might be nice to include a little bit of furniture shopping in Vlogtober, and also we really urgently need a filing cabinet or some solution for the meantime, because we are in desperate need. We have a lot of paperwork now that we're big adults. If we spend all of tomorrow in bed, if I say this and then we spend all of tomorrow in bed, I'm sorry to you guys for getting excited about a day out of the house, and I am annoyed with myself. Hopefully we will get out and about and go and look for some bits and bobs. Secondhand would be good really, and not antique secondhand, not the pricey secondhand, but like the cheaper secondhand would be great. So I think we might trawl a few markets, a few charity shops maybe, just stuff like that. That's the plan. I was watching back the vlog that went up yesterday for you guys, and it just, whenever I look at that house now, all I see is like massive projects written all over it. I think it's getting more and more daunting as time is passing. The whole project is feeling much bigger and bigger and bigger. You know, you can say, oh, it's probably going to take like 18 months, and then that feels a certain way to you when you're buying the house, and then you bought the house and you're like, here we go. This is like an uphill climb from here to get the house done, and there is a lot to be done. You know, pretty much everything needs replacing. Like, the place is going to need rewiring. It's going to need new windows and doors because they're all PVC. I mean, let alone flooring, walls, painting, the extension, the office, the loft, putting wardrobes in, sorting out our master bathroom. Yeah, it like needs everything doing. Like plugs, like we need more plug sockets everywhere. It just hasn't been done for such a long time. It's quite impractical in lots of ways. So it's just feeling like, oh my god, what have I done? Anyway, my battery is flashing at me. So I'm probably gonna go to sleep now, you guys. Probably not worth me updating you again from bed. I'm probably just gonna watch something with Zach, maybe do a bit more reading. Nothing crazy. Yeah, it's been a lovely day. Pumpkin picking, kind of picking, and carving, and I feel very festive. Thank you guys for watching today. Bye.